Hey everybody, welcome to the SkyLounge podcast, episode number 117. And I know I said on the previous episode it was going to be on Thursday. Fuck you! I need more time for this shit. And as always, thank you so much for joining me today and listening in. If you are new, welcome and check out some of the other episodes on the page. All episodes are available on SoundCloud, iTunes, and Google Music, so make sure you are subscribed so you can get notified for a new episode every Tuesday. Make sure to follow me on YouTube, Instagram, Twitch, Twitter, and Facebook at The Sky Lounge. Stalk me on Snapchat at DA13IG5UNG. Let's get started. You know that whole bit about the whole Snapchat thing? It's funny enough, I don't have Snapchat on my phone at this point, but I still do have an active account. So, play your balance right. But let's get to the topic of the week, boys and girls. The regretful retardation of our recreation. Time. What do I know about physics? Diddly and squat, really. But always that phrase comes out everywhere, doesn't it? Everyone thinks they're a fucking, physicist or scientist when they say this shit. Time is relative. Time is an illusion, man. Time is a social construct created by human beings. I feel like I'm going to give you the weird response to this, and I think time is within us. That sounds like some hippy-dippy bullshit. Well, let me explain myself first, motherfucker. Jeez, hypothetical audiences, am I right? Biologically, we are all doomed to die. This is the burden and blessing of all human beings, mortality. And, a lot of folks think I'm crazy when we say, when I say it's a blessing to have mortality as human beings. But that it is, because the limited experience, the limited time we have, makes everything that we experience all the more valuable, all the more unique, all the more rare within our, exact moment, this exact time kind of deal, And because we are limited on how long we live, barring all the other bullshit that could happen between our expiration date, really, like car accidents and, I don't know, fucking getting bitten by a shark in the dick. I don't know, all this other weird shit. The fact of the matter is, time is a valuable resource. And yes, that is an opinion. But I feel like the general consensus, you ask anybody, time is a very valuable resource. No matter how cute and clever we try to be with all these little fucking phrases of scientists and fucking pseudoscientists and Hollywood, time just flows on, man. It doesn't care about you or your feelings. Shit just goes on. And here's the thing, boys and girls, you can't take shit back. Okay, whenever I get those questions from people, if you can turn back time, what's the one thing you'll change? I always answer back with nothing. Nothing. Let me explain why. As time moves forward, our hearts may try to hold on to the past, but you can't. Sometimes, your regret can make you want to change things, but shit happened. It's done. Now you got to keep life going, man. And that's the thing, man. I mean, I feel like a lot of us have been there, right? That's a huge assumption on my part there, but hey, we've all been there. We've all been stuck. Life kicks us in the dick, lures us with some bullshit memory and experience, and honestly, it makes you want to go back or change things, but you can't, man. You just can't. And listen, whenever I make these topic of the weeks, I'm not here to tell you the exact answers. I'm just a guy who's trying to figure shit out one day at a goddamn time. Okay? I don't claim to have all the answers. I just like to ask these questions. And, a lot of times, gotcha there, we have all these wasted hours on nothing. And one of the main reasons why I wrote this episode today is because I waste a lot of hours on social media. I know a lot of people may too, but I specifically spend a lot of time on Instagram. And on Instagram, there's a neat little tool that shows you your activity log, and it shows you how many hours or how many minutes per day you're on Instagram. And I remember one day it was about, and this was actually yesterday, it was like an hour and 45 minutes, and I got scared a little bit. I was like, oh my God, that's An hour 45 minutes that's another time I could just spend at the gym. Or it's something I could be doing something else, writing or recording more projects, or I don't know, fucking watching a movie. And you wasted it on just Instagram. And that's the thing, boys and girls. I want to just close it off with this. Ultimately, there's 24 hours in a day. Use it well, bitches. Oh shit, it's time for some sauce. Oh my god, I haven't done this in so fucking long. And yeah, I know I've been procrastinating this shit, but hey, on to some sports and other weird shit. Guys, all game and match reviews are on the YouTube page at the SkyLounge, so make sure you check that shit out for more detailed shit. Arsenal. Couple things to talk about. Premier League week number 21 versus Fulham, January 1st, 4-1 win. FA Cup round number 3, Blackpool, January 5th, 3-0 win. Premier League week number 22, West Ham United, January 12th, 1-0 loss. Yeah, it's been a while, but for all the sports updates, really, right? It's been a while, but I feel nothing with the squad right now, and it's because of this. Other news include this week, yes, FA Cup 4th round has been announced versus Manchester United. The reason why I'm kind of groaning is because United's getting good. They got that new manager. They're actually good. That concerns me a lot, and that will be on January 25th, 2019. That's just next week. Holy shit, that's next Friday. Well, great. That's something I'm going to be really fucking bummed out about if we don't do well. And there's also personnel news. And, well, Petr Cech is set to retire at the end of the 2018-19 season from football. Congratulations to Petr Cech on such an illustrious career. I hope the best for him in whatever future endeavors he holds. And, man, it is crazy. Petr Cech is aged. He is older. And it's crazy to think he's going to retire. He's had this huge legacy, and then he stayed at Arsenal. So I kind of feel for the guy. Sorry, bud. This is kind of what you get for coming to Arsenal. And Aaron Ramsey reportedly signed a pre-agreement contract with Juventus for a free transfer over the summer. Can't be mad at that. And Juve will have another star to bolster that roster. And Aaron Ramsey is reportedly going to be paid like £300,000, which is the same amount of money as Ozil. Like, whatever. And potentially leaving too is Sven Mislintat. Holy fucking shit! I fucking hate Stan Kroenke. I really do. Fuck you, Stan Kroenke. All right, guys. Next week, which is actually tomorrow. Premier League week number 23, boys and girls. Chelsea, January 19th. We got to win this one, boys and girls. We do. It's versus Chelsea. It's a big one. We got to go get it. Come on, you Gunners. Please. And other football news. We got some fun shit. News comes out a week or so ago that Wayne Rooney was arrested on December in Washington, D.C. Public intoxication and swearing. Oh, a piss-drunk Englishman going ape in the nation's capital? What are the odds? Not really all that surprised. So every time, guys, I talk about Chelsea, nothing good ever happens, does it? You know, we talked about Chelsea just a couple of seconds ago, and I got agitated, and now I'm going to talk about Chelsea again. It's going to get me more agitated. Police believe some fans were groping women and racially abusing passengers on trains. What the serious fuck is wrong with you people? Dude, like, what the actual fuck is wrong with people, dude? I never understood this shit. And this just goes to my whole belief that people are just pieces of shit. And really, another person just exemplifies this in the next bit of football news we got here. And we got to talk about Leeds United. Leeds United manager Bielsa admitted to sending staff to an opposing team's training ground and spying on them. Dude, seriously? Get fucked. You got caught, you shit. Oh my fucking god. All this shit pisses me off. All of it. All of it does. And to add on to just this agitation are the Seahawks. In the NFC wildcards, which was weeks ago at this point, literally 2 fucking weeks ago, at the Dallas Cowboys on January 5th, a 22-24 loss. And yeah, it's been over for, a while, but why not open up fresh wounds? Why not, just fucking rip the Band-Aid open, peel the fucking skin as much as you can, grate it out with some fucking metal, put the goddamn salt in it, add some fucking layers of Grey Goose on that shit, lemon it up a little bit, why don't you? But, Seahawks lost, and, we could talk about the season, and I will. I'm actually going to be doing a YouTube review video of the Seahawks season probably this weekend. I'm thinking probably Sunday, once the conference championships are done, so we can really get a clear picture of what happened with our season. And here's the thing. The reason why we open up the wounds is because there is still Seahawks news to talk about, right? And one of the major Seahawks news that came out, Bobby Wagner and Michael Dixon named in the All-Pro list, Dwayne Brown listed in the second team. Fucking kick-ass. These dudes have been unreal. I mean, Bobby Wagner, some crazy fact about Bobby Wagner, I believe he's missed only 1 tackle this entire season. 1 tackle. And that's absolutely impressive. And Michael Dixon, I mean, he's the punt god. What else do we need to say? What else do we need to say about fucking Michael Dixon? This dude's amazing. And Russell Wilson is heading to the Pro Bowl, rightly so. I mean, first of all, Aaron Rodgers had no fucking business in the goddamn Pro Bowl in the first place. Secondly, whoever did the initial thing fucked up, so fuck you. You fucked that shit up real bad. Oh, and here's the thing. As much as we talk about people fucking up, we sometimes give them chances, Like they fucked up with Aaron Rodgers, but brought in Russell Wilson. And, you got to give people second chances. And someone the Seahawks are giving a second chance to is Paxton Lynch. New personnel news that came out yesterday, or day before that, I don't know. I can't remember, to be honest. Paxton Lynch, former 2016 first-round pick for the Denver Broncos, is now with the Seattle Seahawks. And the curious news that I read earlier, and something I didn't really have into context when I was, when I got the Paxton Lynch news, is the fact that Brett Hundley, who was with our squad, and Alex Magoo are free agents, and they are pretty much free agents. They're gone. They're not with our squad anymore, pretty much. They're probably going to be up. And so Paxton Lynch is going to be the backup quarterback to Russell Wilson. Alrighty then. I will just... All right. I mean, we people deserve a second start. They deserve a second chance. We'll see how Paxton Lynch does. Now, with all that said, thus ends the 2018 Seahawks season. It's been a fun ride, boys and girls, but the Seahawks have been done in the playoffs. Oh man, it's a bummer, but life moves on. We got next year. Let's come back stronger. Go Hawks. All right, NFL news. There's a lot of NFL news that we got to cover today. Reuben Foster cleared to play. Good. I mean, Washington is going to suck ass anyways. They're a sinking ship. You don't have a quarterback at this point. This is a fucking disaster over there. And guys, hirings. All the fucking hirings in the world, because yes, we talk about Reuben Foster getting the second chance in Washington, but you also get second chance in coaches, right? Matt LaFleur heading to Green Bay, Cliff Kingsbury, Arizona, Bruce Arians, Tampa Bay Buccaneers, Freddie Kitchens, Cleveland, and they fired Greg Williams on top of that. Vic Fangio, Denver Broncos, Adam Gase, New York Jets, Brian Flores, Miami Dolphins. I don't know how any of these hires will go. I feel like the Freddie Kitchens thing will work out pretty well. Meaning the Browns will have a winning season. I don't know. Call me crazy. I think they're going to have a 10-6 season. Saying this right now, okay? Boys and girls, January 18, 2019, at the SoundCloud, I am saying this to you. The Cleveland Browns will have a record of 10-6 in the 2019 NFL season. Boom. Fuck you, Pittsburgh. Oh, common enemy burn. And guys, let's talk about jersey sales. Why the fuck not, right? Jersey sale reports come out. Top 10. Surprise, surprise. Tom Brady, number 1. Khalil Mack, number 2. Patrick Mahomes, the second of his name. Number 3, Ezekiel Elliott, Saquon Barkley, Drew Brees, Baker Mayfield, Carson Wentz, Dak Prescott, Juju Smith-Schuster, 1 through 10. Lots of surprises, lots of no big surprises. And why give a shit, son? Because, listen, there's a lot of fun things that happen in sales, right? You see, what players are popular amongst the people, and you get to see a lot of, organizational, dynamics because of this, right? What the fuck are you talking about? Well, you get to see some teams in the playoffs, and sometimes you don't, because you see some players working out and some players don't. And, you got Juju Smith-Schuster, not in the playoffs. Saquon Barkley, not in the playoffs. Baker Mayfield, not in the playoffs. And despite that, they have been interesting because of organizational dynamic, right? And those teams, even without, they're still going to be kicking and rolling. They're going to be fucking awesome. And what they are missing, the playoffs, I mean, we're enjoying the fuck out of, right? We're enjoying the fuck out of this thing right now because the playoffs are in full cockswing right now. The NFL wild card round results. This was a quick and easy one. Indianapolis 21-7 against the Houston Texans. LA Chargers 23-17 against the Baltimore Ravens in the NFC. Seattle Seahawks 22-24 to lose against the Dallas Cowboys. Philadelphia Eagles edge out the Chicago Bears 16-15 in a balls to the walls crazy ending. Cody Parkey, the Chicago Bears kicker, fucked everybody by dinking the upright and then the crossbar. Like, how the fuck you do that? I have no idea. I have no earthly idea, but there you go. Philadelphia got that win, but the narratives kind of all die the very next week because all the wild card teams that advance all fell. All of them fell. Kansas City beats Indianapolis Colts at home in Kansas City 13-31. LA Chargers 28-41 against the New England Patriots because it's the fucking Patriots. Dallas Cowboys 22-30 against the LA Rams. Fuck you, Stan Kroenke. Philadelphia Eagles lose 14-20 against the New Orleans Saints, and I was watching that one and thinking, I thought Big Dick Nick would get one, but Alshon Jeffrey, Jesus Christ, man. It seems like a good kid, but fuck that up real big. So, all the wild card remnants are gone. These are all just the best of the best in the NFL this season, and thus is going to be the NFL championship round in the AFC. We have the New England Patriots versus the Kansas City Chiefs in Kansas City. I don't know. That's going to be a weird one. The NFC, the LA Rams, fuck you, Stan Kroenke, versus the New Orleans Saints. I don't know, man. What do I think is going to happen? Find out on Piggy Skin Picks at the Sky Lounge YouTube page soon on Saturday. I promise you motherfuckers it will be up. And guys, let's move on to some Lakers news because we talked a lot about the NFL. The NFL's fun. And, it's nice, sweet, and short. But basketball is a cruel, long mistress of a bitch. And the Lakers drag my balls along the goddamn wall because it's LeBron watch at the Sky Lounge. And there's no LeBron. Still injured. He's going to be injured. Like I said, I thought he was going to be injured for like a fucking 3-4 weeks. And he's still out. Now let's read off some of these results. Oklahoma City Thunder, January 2nd, loss. I'm not even going to read the scorelines, man, until the very last game because I feel like it's going to bring it all home. Versus the New York Knicks, January 4th, loss. At Minnesota, January 6th, loss. At Dallas Mavericks, January 7th, win. That was actually a really pleasant surprise. I would have never expected that shit. Versus Detroit Pistons, January 9th, at home, loss. At the Utah Jazz, January 11th, loss. Did I say January 11th twice? I might have said 9th. I don't know. Versus the Cleveland Cavaliers, January 13th. Loss. That was fucking embarrassing. And against the Chicago Bulls, January 15th. Win. And last night against the Oklahoma City Thunder, January 17th. An overtime win. And, the thing with the Lakers, lots of ups and downs. Lots of downs. We had two separate 3-game losing streaks. Holy fuck. And I think there was losses before that, I'm sure. I'm not recalling correctly. But holy fuck, man. There's been a lot of ups and downs. And which leads us to other Lakers news, man. I think Rob Pelinka and Magic are going to, they're going to be slightly busy for the trade deadline. But I don't, to be honest, I don't think there's going to be major pieces moving. That's just me. I just don't see it happening. Like, everybody fucking, oh my God, Brandon Ingram's going to get moved. Like, you don't know that. Who the fuck told you that shit? No, you don't know that shit, right? It's got to be game by game. We got to figure this shit out. And long term, I'm sure these guys still have a grandmaster plan. And I believe in Magic and Rob. So we'll see what happens. Because next week, guys, we got 2 big games. At the Houston Rockets tomorrow, January 19th. And on Martin Luther King Day, January 21st, Gold versus the Golden State Warriors at the Staples Center. Let's beat them again like we did on Christmas Day, shall we? On a beautiful holiday. I mean, I don't really care about Christmas, but Martin Luther King Day. Let's get one for MLK, Lakers. Let's get one. Now, let's talk about some NBA news. Now, Tom Thibodeau was fired after a win against the Lakers on January 6, 2019. And the loss I just talked about. And, well. Looks like another team that might crumble near the finish line of making it into the playoffs. I mean, their current standing doesn't matter to me. That organization just reeks of disaster in Minnesota. They absolutely do. And, when I say disaster, there's a lot of things that is assumed, right? When I say disaster, it's a lot of assumptions. It's a lot of assumptions until it happens. But when we take some of these assumptions, like based on a lot of, common sense shit, it just seems like it might not work. And here's the thing. The NBA has taken to really marketing itself to social media. Fans can now vote on Twitter during NBA games on TNT to have an ISO cam stream on the most voted player on the court. Honestly, it's not a bad idea. We'll see how this pans out, but dumbasses will probably spam the votes for some nobody on the bench. And that's the internet, TNT. So have fun with that shit. Fucking that shit hits the fucking fan. Oof, Jesus Christ. The NBA will televise the All-Star Draft. Great? Are you really reaching for NBA news? Yeah, there really wasn't much. Much I thought interesting, at least. Much I thought interesting. There really wasn't. But what is interesting are our beautiful Vegas Golden Knights. Now, let's talk about the Vegas Golden Knights. And I do want to mention some of these wins because these are our boys. My own hometown boys. And I have to rep them. I have to rep the city here. Versus the LA Kings on January 1st, New Year's Day. 2-0 win at home. At the Anaheim Ducks in Anaheim, 3-2 win. And that was one of their long journey of a 13-game losing streak, the Anaheim Ducks. So, whoop-de-doo. That actually is good for us, for the Ducks to lose. Puck the Ducks. Now, we had a 3-game homestand, which was the New Jersey Devils, January 6th, 3-2 win. New York Rangers, January 8th, 4-2 win. And against the San Jose Sharks, a 3-2 loss, January 10th. That game was kind of a bummer to go to. I'm not going to lie to you. I was really bummed out about that shit. And then the Vegas Golden Knights went on the road for 2 games. Overtime win against the Chicago Blackhawks, January 12th, 4-3. They came back from a deficit. It was kind of 3-1 deficit. It was kind of crazy. And lost the Winnipeg Jets, January 15th, a 4-1 loss. They didn't look too bad, but it just did not look so great. And this week's take really for the Golden Knights have to be lots of injuries. K.R.I.T, Smith, and I honestly haven't seen Colin Miller in fucking forever, I feel. Am I going crazy? I probably am. But I haven't seen Colin Miller in a fucking dog's age. So, who the fuck knows what the fuck's going to happen, boys and girls? I don't. I'm just guessing here. I'm just fucking speculating because I'm just a fan, like any of you boys and girls of the Vegas Golden Knights. And with the Vegas Golden Knights, other news this week, because we got to share the love. We got to talk about the Vegas Golden Knights always, all fucking ways. Marc-Andre Fleury, named for the Pacific Division All-Star because, of course, fuck yeah, Flower. He is the fucking best. Fuck all of you. Fucking Flower is going to win the Vezina Trophy. I have said it. It shall come to existence. Marc-Andre Fleury will win the Vezina Trophy this season. The whole back and forth shit with Brandon Perry, to be honest, the last few weeks have been exhausting. You know, weeks of this shit of, you know, reassigning, recalling, reassigning, recalling, reassigning, recalling, reassigning, recalling, reassigning, recalling, reassigning, recalling. AHL to NHL, AHL to NHL, AHL to NHL, AHL to NHL. It was just like, just keep it, please. God damn it. Give me a fucking headache voice. Please. And thank God he's still here. I love Brandon Perry. I think Brandon Perry might be a god. And I wouldn't be wrong, boys and girls. I wouldn't be wrong. And guys, next week, tomorrow, the boys are going to have, I believe, a 3-game homestand. And it starts with the Pittsburgh Penguins. January 19th. And I sold my ticket for that game to watch at a buddy's house that night. It's going to be fucking fun. And the Vegas Golden Knights will follow that up on January 21st against the Minnesota Wild. And we shall just see how the Vegas Golden Knights boys will do. Because it's going to be real interesting. I don't know why I went Mickey Mouse there. I don't. Well, let's talk about other NHL news, boys and girls. Ovechkin reportedly skipping the All-Star game. Will be suspended for 1 game. Good. Why would I fault him for wanting to conserve his body for another playoff run? I don't see any harm in that shit. Yeah, the suspension might be heavy, but it's like, dude, yeah, that's part of it. Like, just fucking slap on the wrist, whatever. It's fine. Move on. And while we're on Ovi, a lot of people may think I hate Alexander Ovechkin. Yeah, I mean, his team beat us in the Stanley Cup final, but dude, it's Alexander Ovechkin. He's a fucking legend. He's a goddamn legend. And Ovechkin is now the second player in NHL history to begin his career with 14 straight 30-goal seasons. Holy fuck. Can everybody wrap their heads around this shit? 30 goals is pretty damn hard to do in hockey, I feel. 30 goals is pretty fucking hard. And he's done it 14 years straight. This man's incredible. I mean, Ovechkin is absolutely incredible. And who the fuck cares? He can skip the goddamn All-Star break if he wants. He can do whatever the fuck he wants. It's Alexander Ovechkin. Let him do whatever the fuck he wants. He fucked the shit out of that cup. And dude, Lord, what else with that shit? But hey, it is Alexander Ovechkin. I love that man. Do whatever you want, man. And yes, the All-Star roster for each division has been announced. They're available online. I'm not going to fucking read the entire goddamn roster for you motherfuckers. Just read that shit. Go have fun. And now, a bit of fun to some Dodgers news. Oh, ho, ho. Personnel changes. What is this? Nothing big yet. But we got players out. Grandel is headed to the Milwaukee Brewers. Dozier is heading to the Washington Nationals. And guys who are in, Jamie Schultz from Tampa Bay for a minor leaguer and Caleb Sampson. Russell Martin from Toronto for 2 minor leaguers. So I feel these are minor moves. I feel a hashtag, Harper to LA still might happen. So let's make that happen, LA. Let's make that shit happen. Now, guys, tennis. I don't really get to talk about tennis all too much, but hey, it's January. And you know what that means? Australian Open. Australian Open started January 13th with the qualifiers. And my Korean boy Hyun is out in the first or second round, if I'm not mistaken. And he's ranked, by the way, boys and girls. He's fucking ranked. Lost to a fucking unranked nobody. Fuck me, dude. Fuck. I wish Hyun did better. I really wish he did better, but he didn't. But you know what? I still got my boy. My boy that I cheer for. The boy I know is the greatest. Roger Federer, baby. Feds all the way. Let's fucking go, Federer. Let's get that shit. Now to some dark tennis shit. Real quick. Investigators unravel suspected ringleader of tennis match fixing ring. Crazy shit. More than 100 players were affected. Very low ranked players. Like, below 200 ranking, I think. And there's this whole fucking corruption shit about it. It's so crazy. I think it's like the French investigators doing that shit. It'll be crazy. It'll be some crazy shit. And that's the world of sports for you boys and girls. And guys, remember, all weekly writing is in the links in the description below. Check that shit out. The Rain. Yes. Weekly writing. The Rain. 3 weeks worth of writing. I condensed it down to so little amount of words because I'm a lazy piece of shit. But here's the thing. I had to redo from top down because I wasn't satisfied. I called it a fantasy mix, D&D style, but it completely changed. I wasn't satisfied, and new links are going to be provided all on the fucking description there, boys and girls. So if you want to give it a read, go for it. And here's the thing, man. Before I read off the genres that we had to incorporate on there, I think I'm going to consider these my first drafts. I want to make this better. I really like the idea of the story, and eventually I want to make this into probably a audiobook, or not an audiobook, like a podcast kind of episodic kind of thing, or a film. I would love to do that. That'd be fun. So in weekly writing number 1, 2, and 3, we had all 3 were adventure. They all had incorporated in them adventure, and with number 1, it was fantasy and comedy. Number 2, tragedy and satire. And I don't know where the satire really came in for part 2, I guess. It was just mostly the fact that it was just kind of a cliche, whodunit moment. It's just everything's getting exposed and shit. I don't know. Maybe that's the satire. We'll see how that works. And the third part was mythology and literary realism. And it was kind of just a camera on the guy figuring shit out kind of deal. But again, I'm considering these early drafts. I want to keep making these ones better. And I still haven't made a genre box for 2019 yet, but we're going to make that shit. We're going to figure it out. We're going to get some more weekly writing for you boys and girls. So stay tuned for that shit. Again, click on the links if you want to fucking read that shit and criticize me. I don't give a fuck. Fuck you. Now, 2 weekly films. 2 weekly films that we got to cover today, boys and girls. Weekly film number 2, The Favorite, with a U. You have to put the U on there. So, as I just learned reading the Wikipedia page, The Favorite is any individual that was an intimate companion of a monarch. Now, it doesn't necessarily have to be sexual, but the movie really went all in for the sexual angle. And really the plot revolves around the life of a servant girl who makes her way up to being the queen's side bitch. And that's where the word favorite comes from. But bruh, honestly, I didn't know what the fuck the story was about. I really didn't. I was like, what the fuck is this shit? But really, when you watch this movie, this film isn't about the story. This film is about the dialogue. It's about the goddamn writing. It's about the parody and satire behind it. It's the look and take on, 18th century England. And Yorgos Lanthimos does a fantastic job doing that. I thought he did a fantastic job doing that shit. And really, it's only helped and, really bolstered by the characters that are in these films. And from the foul mouths to over elegant scenes to just out of place, out of time kind of things. Is it, oh fuck, I forgot the word for it. Anarchic and correct. Oh, fuck, I don't know the goddamn word, but there's a word for that. I feel the actors really brought about a great parody of the 18th century in England. Emma Stone is just fun to watch on screen. Rachel Weisz has such a commanding presence and really does portray that control freak cunt really well. I loved it. I fucking loved her in it, and I kept telling my friend who I watched it with, I was like, dude, she is fucking incredible. She looks awesome. I can't believe the amount of charisma in this fucking actress. She is fantastic. Killing that shit. Pussy power. Ha! And Olivia Colman as Queen Anne was fucking hilarious. She captured all the emotional spectrums of a lonely ruler, just from the fucking tantrums to just degenerating health. You could just see all this shit happening all at once, and it was kind of crazy. And really, what also helped this movie were the visuals. Other than the, few fisheye camera angles on a couple of scenes, I'm like, what the fuck, why? Yeah, I thought the visuals laid out were pretty dope. The way Lanthimos captures the feeling of cabin fever in a queen's mansion is really rock solid. The way he works that camera, and just to make everything kind of just feel crowded. And that's just work of visuals, man. Like, that's just how you work that camera and shit. And shout out to Robbie Ryan, who created the cinematography. Solid work to bring a real regal feeling to everything, but at the same time, fucking grimy as fuck. So, and that's just some good fucking work right there, man. That's some shout out, dude. And holy fuck, here's the thing. Orchestra and thematically appropriate timing. I'm all fucking in, buddy. I'm all fucking in all day, every goddamn day. A lot of old school composers using this soundtrack here. Handel, Bach, Schubert, Schumann, Vivaldi. To stack that in was fantastic. And one of the miscellaneous shit that I want to talk about, and it was one of the funniest things I saw in the film, was Abigail jerking off her new husband to the film, score. And it was just so fucking funny. I'm pretty sure Lanthimos was just laughing his ass off, like, dude, she's just fucking jerking him off, and we're just playing this music right to her background. Fucking great. And here's the thing, my friend and I watched this movie together, and I kept telling her how this is pretty brilliant parody. Like, I kept laughing at a lot of these fucking parts just because the oomph in the language, or just the way the dialogue was set up, or the way the scene visually was set up for the gag, it was just great. And here's the thing, she's a huge Lanthimos fan, shout out to her, and recommended this flick for a while, and no regrets, pretty fucking funny. And I put a 7.5, but I could lean towards an 8.0, but we'll give a 7.5 for now. Despite the lack of story and oddity in the narrative, the favorite is a funny satire built around brilliant dialogue and music, and holy shit, kudos, man. It was pretty fucking fun. And speaking of fun, I actually came back from this today. Weekly film number 3, Dragon Ball Super Broly. So plot, a young alien baby is cast away in a far away planet, while the same alien planet gets blasted and the baby's dead. Wants revenge on the dead alien planet's king. Dude, I fuck up the writing sometimes. And yeah, motherfucker, like, if you come to a Dragon Ball movie expecting some sort of fucking plot, what are you doing with your life? Like, you don't expect that shit. Don't be weird about it, okay? Don't be weird about it. Just, it's a goddamn Dragon Ball movie, all right? It's not the fucking goddamn, it's not the goddamn Godfather. Fuck! Mixing up my goddamn words. And here's the thing, Akira Toriyama does have a lot of hands in this screenplay and story. So there's a lot of great world building, written into the movie. But again, the plot's it's just whatever. It is kind of just whatever. But come on, man. The characters. Sean Shamel as Goku, got to see this man at Anime Expo. And man, he seems like such a cool guy. Just doing his thing. Relaxing, chilling. Super knowledgeable about things and details and shit. Chris Sabat as Vegeta. Fantastic. And Vic Mignogna. I'm butchering that name, I'm sure. The OG voice of Broly was back. And a lot of familiar voice actors for characters. Frieza, Bulma, Trunks, all these folks. And it just plays into the Dragon Ball thing, man. I mean, I'm a huge Dragon Ball fan. Everyone knows this. And so it's really cool to just watch all that unfold. And really, one of the biggest praise I have to give this movie is the visuals. Holy fucking shit. It is gorgeous. Toei Animation, massive fucking shout out. Massive fucking shout out for the incredible work done in this movie. This is probably the most visually sexy version of Dragon Ball I've ever seen in my life. Video games included. Every rendition of Dragon Ball, this is the best visuals I've ever seen in a Dragon Ball thing. And here's the thing. It's everything you want in the TV series, but it's on a bigger screen. It's all those fucking epic battles, but just so much better because it looks just so fucking good. That was beautiful. That was fucking beautiful. And here's the thing. Music, we have to give shout outs to Norihito Sumitomo. Brings the familiar with some new blend. A little bit of new. Nothing too crazy. Except the strange chant song, which was weird because they just kept chanting, Gogeta, 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 Vegeta, Polly, Polly. And it was like this Dark Knight Rises motion thing going on. I'm like, what the fuck is going on here? Am I supposed to be scared? Like, I'm kind of aroused, but scared at the same time. This is a weird phenomenon that's going on here. And some of the miscellaneous shit that I want to talk about. No commercials before the movie. Holy fuck, that doesn't really happen, but no commercials before the movie. Thank you, Japan! God damn it. And here's the thing, I was rocking the Goku Vegeta shirt, Goku in the front, Vegeta in the back. Hey now, ladies. Into Red Rock Casino, where the movie is at, and I love that shirt. I fucking love that shirt. I fuck with that shirt all day, every day. And this movie has already made a killing off of a $8 million budget. What I imagine upwards to be about 10, maybe even extreme, if you want to put in extreme categories, 16 million, right? They still made a fucking killing at the worldwide box office, 67.6 million. And I'm sure this weekend will contribute a lot to that as well. So best of luck to the Dragon Ball Super Broly movie, because it was fun. I had a really great time. And I give it a 7.0, right? Like a flat 7.0. Although a fun standalone film, and in my opinion, one of the most gorgeous visual anime films to hit the big screens in the last few years, Dragon Ball Super Broly relies a little too much on the audience having previous knowledge of the series. But it is a fun ride. It's just a fun ride to have for everybody. So check it out. Make sure you check that shit out. Now, I have to do 2 albums of the week, and oh god, what 2-star contrast we have, boys and girls. Album of the week, number 2, Dermot Kennedy. Funny tidbit. I thought, fuck it, I want to try something new. I said, fuck it. I thought, fuck it, let's try something new. Irish dude doing alternative. What can go wrong? If I had to pick a favorite track, I'm gonna be real honest. I had none. Seriously. Sorry, not sorry. Seriously, I had no favorite tracks. The Met track, if I could say the entire album. And here's the thing. The reason why, let me delve into this a little bit. I'm not gonna lie, I don't like this album. I just don't. Towards the end, I just wanted this fucking album to end. It's really not my style of flow. It has this strange mix of fast-paced talk, raspy singing, light guitar, strums lathered like guitar strums, right? But like it's like fucking bathed in synth sounds, and it just sounds like the most pussy downward lyrics, dude. That's just me. I just can't fuck with this album. I just couldn't. And that's why I had to find a new one. I was like, oh god, as soon as I finished listening to that shit, I was like, I'm fucking done. I need something new. I need a genre I am familiar with in the last few weeks, months maybe. And it's TDT. Big K.R.I.T. It's a K.R.I.T. K.R.I.T. I don't know. I don't know how to pronounce shit. I don't. And I listened to this album straight after listening to Dermot Kennedy. I wanted to clean my ears with another genre altogether. Seriously. After that horrendous shit, I was like, what the fuck did I even listen to? And if you hear me just kind of groan and there's this fucking sound going on in the back, I'm actually like leaning on a fucking chair and I just strained my back a little bit. So bear with me, boys and girls. We are almost done because my back hurts really bad. But here's the thing. My favorite track had to be Pick Yourself Up. Maybe basic, but it's a good funky beat and the oomph in his rapping just solid. And for the same reason, the Met track had to be Pick Yourself Up. Yeah, just vanilla feelings all around for me. And my thought chorus on this is, it may not be a world changer or internet breaker, but big K.R.I.T. I'm just going to lay both of them on there just in case. JIC is a good listen if you want to stray a little away from mainstream hip-hop. I feel. That's just me, right? Thought chorus, always my thoughts. So it's just an opinion, boys and girls. Don't lose your shit over it. And a lot of shit has happened since a full jam-packed podcast here, boys and girls. We had all the sauce on here, but we are still the same cunty as zingy bitch. And hey, we're always going to be back. We're always going to be back. And next week on the SoundCloud, we actually released this. I mean, holy shit, I can't believe we actually released this shit on time. Well, relatively on time. But hey, tune in on Tuesday for a new one, motherfuckers. All right, folks, thank you so much for joining me this week. Make sure you are subscribed on SoundCloud, iTunes, and Google Music for a new episode every Tuesday. Make sure to follow me on YouTube, Instagram, Twitch, Twitter, and Facebook at The SoundCloud. Stalk me on Snapchat at DA13IG5EUNG, despite the fact that I rarely go on there.